Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hi again. This is my channel. I love to make DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic decor, wreaths, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button and also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think and give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. And I also have an Etsy shop. It's called Krista's Wreaths Designs. I will have all those links down below for you. And today is all about have yourself a Merry Grinchmas. And this is my original crew of ladies that are so talented. More about that in a minute, but first, DIY number one. So the first DIY, I'm going to use these shims. They're like from the Home Depot, Lowe's. You could buy them in a pack, and they kind of go skinny on one end and large on the other. I'm going to use that scrapbook paper, a piece of cardboard. This little piece of wood came from the Dollar Tree. It's already cut and everything. It's just the perfect size. What I did is I painted all of those with that green color. It's like a lime green. And what I'm doing now is I am going to glue these together. So what I'm doing is I'm just stacking them, and I'm leaving 2 inches on the end, and I'm leaving the thicker part on the one side and then the thinner part on the other side. And I'm just going to keep doing them like a sandwich, basically sandwiching them together. And I'm going to do that with both. So 4 on one side and then the other 4. So there's 8 altogether. And I'm just using that glue. It's like super glue, wood glue, and also the hot glue just for extra security so that this thing doesn't fall apart. And you see how I'm leaving 2 inches, just about 2 inches on the end there because we're building a tree. I did this in my last video as well. I made another one. It was more of a rustic, but this one's going to be a Grinch, of course, because this is all about Grinch. And these came out so cute. I actually sewed these at my crafts show, which was today when I'm when I'm doing my voiceover. I did really, really well with these. So everybody really, really liked them. So I hope you guys like it too. So then once those are all together, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a point at the top with it, with the 2, and I put wood glue and hot glue to make sure that's secure, and I held it there until it was all set. I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom piece. So you see how I'm making a tree here, and then I'm going to hold that just for a little bit, just till the glue sets. And then I'm going to take the whole thing, put it just on a piece of cardboard box. It could be any box, and I cut it out, and then I put that scrapbook paper on top of it. I just glued it down with a glue stick. Very simple. And now I used my Cricut to make this image. I actually got this off of Cricut. The excess, you have to have like a subscription with them, so I can't share this one with you. But they do have all kinds of other ones as well. You could also use window clings. I mean, there's just so many. You could print something out on Google and print it out and put it on. And then what I did is once I got that down, then I am going to glue the back of this to the back of the tree with the hot glue. That's all I used was hot glue. And then once that's done, there it is. And did it come out so cute? So it looks like the Grinch is sticking his hand through the tree. I thought this was such a cute idea. And then I took some of these. I got these at Hobby Lobby. Very, very cheap right now. It's 60% off of everything, all their Christmas stuff. So I bought a pick of one of these, and it was that lime green color, so it's perfect. And I'm just going to have them hanging down from the top to like where his hand is. I'm also going to use one of these stickers to make it look like the bulb that he's holding, you know, from the tree. And these were like perfect. And I got these at Hobby Lobby as well. And I just stuck that one, the polka dot one. I thought it was cute. And then I'm just going to start gluing these to the top. So what I did is I just put a little glue on the top, and then I just kind of put them right to the tippy top of the Christmas tree that we made, and I'm just going to keep gluing those up there. I want them hanging down to make it look like his hands coming out of an actual tree, and I thought these were perfect, just perfect to make that look. And I absolutely love the way this turned out. I actually got people who came and we're so mad that I sold it, that were hanging around in my craft area, and they're like, oh, I wanted that, and I only made one. I should have made more. I should have known better. But yeah, and then I took another pick that was also from Hobby Lobby, and I stuck that underneath all of those just so it looked a little bit more, bushy looking instead of just plain. And then I took some of the Mod Podge, and I just put that at the bottom, and I'm going to put a little bit of the snow from the Dollar Tree that you get in the little bag, and I just sprinkled that in the bottom and kind of pat it down a little bit just to make sure it would sit and set. And then I took some white chalk paint, and I'm using my little stencil brush, and I'm just going to make it look like it's a little snowy on the tree. So I'm just going around the edges and the tippy top of it and all around the edges of all the little shims. And yeah, this turned out so super cute, you guys. I love this thing. I think I'm going to make another one for myself because I like it so much. And then I took these little presents that I bought in a pack. They're in the little Christmas section where the little trees stuff is that you can do to make little trees. And I just stuck those on the bottom. That was at Hobby Lobby, sorry. I meant to say. And then the little bulb, I stuck that on the bottom too. And then the little hat on the top makes it look like his head is sticking out of the tree. So I stuck a little Christmas hat off on the top, and then I just glued it down. And then I stuck a little berry and some greenery on the top of his little hat. Isn't that cute? It turned out so cute, you guys. You guys gotta let me know which one you like the best down below. But today's all about have yourself a Merry Grinchmas. We're doing, of course, Grinch Christmas DIYs and crafts. And these are the lovely ladies. Please check them out. And my host is Monars Market, and she's awesome, Brenda. So make sure you check her out too. I will have all the links down below. So now I'm going to take this stocking that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to cut the razor. I'm making a gnome, a Grinch gnome. And I couldn't find the right green color fur. So I bought the stocking because it was 60% off. So it worked out like really well. So it ended up being really cheap because I could make a lot out of just that. So then I took this sock from the Dollar Tree, just a red Christmas sock, and one of those really nice ones that keep your feet warm. And I'm just wrapping it around a styrofoam cone. And then I took a rubber band, and I'm just going to wrap that around twice on the top. And I just pull that sock up really, really tight because you want to have a lot left over because we're going to use that as well for his hat. And then what I did is I cut off the excess, and then I just kind of put a little bit of glue just so that that would stay up top and not unravel. And now I'm taking red string, and I'm going to make a little, just bunch it up at the top and then tie it because we're going to tie off his hat on the top. And I just tied it in a knot twice, then turned it over and tied it in another knot twice just to make sure it was secure and it wasn't going to come apart. And then I just cut off the excess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his beard on first. So this is the beard that we cut out of that stocking. And this is the perfect color. So it was like so perfect to just find the stocking because it worked out very well. And then I just glue the sides and the top just to make sure it stays down and it's nice and secure. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the little half beads that I get on Amazon green because that's what we're going to use for his nose. I will have all those links down below too to my Amazon shop as well. And then the little hat we did, I'm going to pull that down really tight in the back. That's the trick to these gnomes, is making sure that you really pull them down in the back because it keeps them on really, really well. And then what I did is I took the bead, put a little glue on it, stuck that just a little bit under the hat and on his beard. And then I'm going to glue it around the nose as well just to secure it. And next, I'm going to take one of these little balls. They're supposed to be snowballs from the Dollar Tree, and I used it for the top of his hat. And then I wrapped, I'm sorry, it's bad angle. I didn't realize I was off camera, so I do apologize for that. I wrapped some string around the top as well. And now I'm going to take some of this, I guess you could call it fluffy yarn. You could buy it anywhere. And I just took a piece off. This was in my stash. And I just made a little furry part of his hat on the rim of his hat. And I just did that all the way around to the back, just to finish it off so it looks really nice. And I sold a whole bunch of these too at my craft show. People just went crazy over them. And then I put a couple little of these leaves that I just got off of a pick. They're just like little Christmas leaves. They look snowy and sparkly. And I just stuck them at the top of his hat. And then I'm also going to stick down a couple of these little red berries. They were on another pick, either from Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. One of the two, but they were in my stash. And I just stuck a couple of those down as well, just to decorate his hat a little bit. And he just came out so cute, you guys. And there he is. Isn't he cute? I made two of them, so I showed you both of them. There they are. Now DIY number 3. This one is super cute too. So I'm going to take the stencils that I got on Amazon really cheap. I will have the link to these as well down below. And then one of these signs that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint the back side of this, because the other side I just cover with some parchment paper, or not parchment paper, the paper that you could get at the Dollar Tree. But anyways, I am painting it white and then with Waverly chalk paint. And now I'm going to take this steel color paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to go around the edges of it. And I'm just making it look, and then I just kind of did like a light dry brush over the top. Now I'm going to take this bright green color, and I already taped down my stencil, and you're just going to use your stencil brush. I got these at the Dollar Tree, these brushes, okay? They have them in the craft section, and I'm just doing like a pouncing motion up and down on the stencil. And you don't want to have too much paint when you're doing this, just a little bit on the tip of your brush, and you're just going to repeat this process for whatever colors you're using on your stencils. So when you use these plastic stencils, this is the best way to do it. They always come out just fine if you do it this way, like the same way I'm doing it. And then what I did is I took the red, and I did some red on there as well for the hat that was on there. And then the letters I did in green and red, and of course I did the Grinch in red, and in green. And then I did the reindeer, the nose part in red, and then I used black for the antlers. This came out so stinking cute, you guys. I'm telling you, these stencils were the best thing. Look at how good it came out with the stencil. I'm telling you, they work really well. And then I used my paint markers. I have these also in my Amazon shop. And I just kind of went over the hat because I had to keep that part white, but I wanted you to be able to see it. So that's why I just went over that with the black marker. And then I'm going to use this ribbon I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to put pieces on each edge of the sign. So I'm going to glue down the one side like that, and I'm going to glue it really tight just to give it a little bit more of a decorative touch, I guess you could say. And I sold this too at my craft show. You're going to hear me saying that a lot. A lot of this stuff I took to my craft show with me, because when I make it, why not sell it, right? And because what am I going to do with all this stuff that I'm constantly making? So I do a lot of craft shows. Plus I have my Etsy shop too, where I put this stuff in there as well. And then I'm just going to do the other edge, which you see me doing there. And I just hot glued it down. Then I took this pick that I had like forever too, but it was from Hobby Lobby. And I just took it apart, and I used one of these little curly pieces on each side. So I just put it on top of the ribbon just to give it another little decorative touch. And I love this. But I love doing Grinch. I think it's super cute, and the kids love it. I have kids, so they absolutely love this. And then I took these two little pieces of green that I had on another pick, and then these little balls that are red, green, and I did two on one side and then two on the other. So I just repeated it on both sides. And this came out so cute, you guys. I just love it. Oh, and then I took the snowflake and I used that for my eye, to dot my eye. So I did a white little snowflake. And there it is. You guys got to let me know what you think of this one too. So now DIY number 4. This one I used a chalkboard from the Dollar Tree, one of these chalkboards. And I'm going to use the chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. And I am going to go right over the top of this with that paint. And this paint covers really, really well with this with the chalkboard paint. And then I took another stencil that was in the same stencils that I bought in a pack from Amazon. And this is another Grinch. And I'm doing the same thing that I did with the other one. I'm just using my stencil brushes and I'm doing the pouncing motion. You want to make sure you pounce. Don't paint, because you'll get it underneath and it'll just run and it'll look terrible. So that's why I just pounce over the top, and it always comes out perfect. And then I did, all the different colors, the green, the white, the red. I did the lettering, some of it I did Christmas in red, and then 'Twas the Night Before in white. And this also came out super cute. I sold this too at my craft show. I wish I would have made more though, because people were asking for more, because they saw people walking around with it and they're like, I want one, where'd you get that? And I didn't have any more. So, and then I made a bow with the same ribbon that I've been using, and I glued that to the top. And now I'm going to use this little pack here that I got that at, I believe at Walmart this one was, and really cheap, $1.98 I think. And then I just stuck a few pieces on the top as well. It made it look a little, I'm trying to decorate it, make it look a little bit better. You don't want it just to be plain. And then I stuck this little greenery piece in there, and then a couple of these little berries that were white, green, and red. And that's how it all came together. And I think this one turned out super cute too. But you guys gotta let me know what you think. And there it is. And here's the close-up. Now DIY number 5. This one's cute too. These, I made little ornaments, and I use these rounds from Michael's. And then I use these little hats from Hobby Lobby, and this little boa from Hobby Lobby, and then the stencil again. It had little faces on it, so I'm going to use one of those for the center. So what I'm doing is I'm using a bright green paint, that's what it's called by Folk Art, and I'm just going around the middle portion of the wood round. I didn't go around the edges. I wanted to keep it looking rustic, and then I taped down the stencil again, and I'm using my black Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going over the face part of the stencil. And there's your little Grinch. Isn't it cute? And now I'm going to use the little piece of the boa, and I'm going to glue that to the top of the wood round. And I do trim it too, because there's a lot of hair there. And then I took one of these little Christmas hats and I just glued it to the top, and it stayed very well. It glued very perfectly to that. And then I just kind of tucked down the hat so you could see it a little bit better on the side. And then I gave him a little haircut with my scissors, because it was a lot of, the bows are really thick, and I didn't want it, going all over his face. You want to be able to see it. And there he is with this little hair sticking out. Isn't that cute? I made 2 of those. Here's your close-up of those. These sold quick. And then DIY number 6, this is the last one, and I love this one. I used this wood round from Hobby Lobby, another stencil, and all these stencils came together from Amazon. Some picks from Hobby Lobby, those ribbons I've been using from Hobby Lobby. First I did is I painted the round with my white Waverly chalk paint. Now you can either do this in white or green. I did one in green as well, but I don't have it in my video. But I did this one in white, and then what I did is I taped it down again, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do that pouncing motion with my little paintbrush, stencil brush, and I'm telling you it works every time, you guys. I never had to worry. It never bled through. And I did it with all of mine. And then I did some green as well. I just kind of picked and choose the colors that I want to do. I figured the Mary could be red, and the Grinchmas, of course, would be the green. And it's the bright green color that I'm using. So, and then what I did is I did his face in black. And then when you pull it off, voila. There it is, you guys. Now his eyes I did with the marker. I traced them on the stencil and I filled them in with the marker because I was just worried about those because they were so tiny. And then what I did is I took the twine, jute twine, that to put in it to hang this. And then I took these beads that I got on Amazon and I just kind of did like a little pattern of the red, the black, the green, and the white. And I did that all the way down and I made a really cute hanger for it. And yeah, this one came out so cute too. I made a bow with that same colored ribbon and then I just glued it down. And I also glued my edges because I like to have them like rippling up a little bit. I just think it makes it look so much more high end. And then I'm so particular about this stuff because I love making wreaths. So these rounds, I was very, very particular with doing them. And then this pick is from Hobby Lobby. I'm telling you, 60% off, you guys. You can't beat that right now. And then I stuck one on each side. And these picks are gorgeous. I mean, come on. They're perfect. And then I stuck these other little ones in there as well. And they have these too. And these ones are really cheap. They're only like $1.99, I think. And I stuck one on each side of these little balls. So cute. And look at how cute that looks. I mean, and I actually got orders for these too from at the craft show. People were asking if they can order them. And I was like, absolutely. And they gave me their information and then I'm going to send it to them. And then I glued some of the greenery that I had in the center. And that's it, you guys. Here it is. So Merry Grinchmas. I hope you like this. Make sure you check out the ladies. They are so talented. I will have the links down below. And I want to thank you for watching. And as always, stay crafty. Bye.